If you've got a do-it-yourself personality and like to cut back on waste, then you're just like YouTube user Angie, who's requested some homemade applesauce for her refillable squeeze pouches. It's time to learn and grow together, starting now. You can use the timestamps at any point to skip ahead in this video. To start off this request, I decided to do a little bit of research. Hitting the books, I learned that apples belong to a group called pomes. Pomes are classified as having a thin skin with a firm inner flesh consisting of a core of many small seeds. Pears are another example of pomes. I also learned that soft, mealy apples such as Macintosh have more malic acid, helping them break down faster. So using a softer apple cuts down on the active cooking time. I decided to reference the good old World Wide Web to find out more information on what apples I should use, and I came to the conclusion that trying a variety of apples and mixing them together is the best way of finding your unique flavor. Do keep in mind some apples can lend a sour note, whereas more firm apples will take longer to cook. Armored with this bit of knowledge, I wanted to procure my own reusable pouches, just like Angie. I purchased these ones, and not just because they have a cute little owl and happen to be my favorite color. They have a clear backing, a zipper side for filling, hold 7 ounces, and came with their own little filling funnel. To get pouches just like mine or check out what's available, I'll put an Amazon link down in the description. This is an affiliate link, so any purchases made will lend a small commission to the Veggie Nerd, allowing me to make more free content. Now, let's get to some cooking. Peel, core, and quarter about 4 pounds of apples. Place the apples in cold water with a little bit of lemon juice to prevent browning. Next, put the cut apples and 2 cinnamon sticks in a medium sauce pot, and then add in just enough water to cover the bottom. Bring that water to a simmer and then cover the pot with a lid. Allow the apples to simmer on low for about 15 minutes. Next, to sweeten our applesauce, add in some maple syrup, brown sugar, or pitted chopped dates. Add in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and then stir to incorporate. Bring it back to a simmer for another 10 minutes. Once your apples are tender enough to be broken with a rubber spatula, press the cooked apples through a ricer or a food mill. If you like your applesauce more smooth, use a blender or food processor. I used my handy dandy immersion blender. I gotta say that I love my immersion blender and it's great for most blending needs. If you'd like to get your own, I'll also link the one that I have in the description. While blending or mashing your apples, make sure to be careful as it is very hot. I don't want you to get burned. Once the apple looks more like applesauce, refrigerate them uncovered for about 30 minutes. You can then portion it into small containers or reusable pouches like me and Angie. You can enhance your pouches by adding chia seeds or ground flax meal, maybe some protein powder, or whatever you'd usually add to a smoothie. Now let's have a little fun with our applesauce by adding some flavor. For more information plus the full recipe, the link will be down in the description. I found that it was easy to add different flavors by incorporating frozen or fresh berries and fruit into the mix. Here, I made a cranberry orange applesauce by adding the juice of a few oranges and about a half cup of dried cranberries. For this one, I definitely had to use my immersion blender and add a little more orange juice to get the texture that I wanted. Next up, I made a strawberry banana applesauce by adding strawberries to the simmering process and then allowing it to cool. After that, I added in some mashed up banana and it was ready to go. Last but not least, I decided to experiment with a savory pouch by simmering some frozen pumpkin and apples with vegetable stock. I also added in some bay leaf and Italian seasoning for flavor. Homemade and plastic reducing your applesauce squeeze pouches are here. You can draw inspiration by looking up popular brands of squeeze pouches online and then trying to recreate them. Start with the basic recipe and then expand. Remember to use your imagination, it's the only limit to what you can make at home. If you're new to the Veggie Nerd, my name is Eric, I'm a culinary graduate and I make vegan, gluten-free, and other diet-restricted videos, as well as occasional nerdy recipes. If you'd like to empower your self-care through cooking, make sure to subscribe so you're not missing out. Our cooking adventures don't have to stop here. If you love warm weather seasons, consider clicking the avocado mousse chocolate-dipped strawberry recipe on the screen now. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't burn yourself, please.